Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, listening audience. Mr. Speaker, today I rise to update this Honorable House and the listening public to the latest developments in the 3-to-2 tier plan, specifically the 2025-2027 phase of Bermuda government's education reform mandate. This initiative involves a comprehensive restructuring of the Bermuda public school system as part of our broader education reform agenda. Mr. Speaker, in response to the public's call for an alternative to the middle school model, we embarked on a journey to phase out middle schools and established a streamlined two-tier system. Under this structure, parish schools will serve students from years 1 through 8, with 1 school in each parish and 2 in both Pembroke and St. George's. Senior schools will subsequently encompass years 8 through 13. In the parish schools, years 6, 7, and 8, known as junior pods, are designed to provide enhanced curriculum experiences that support a seamless progression into senior schools. Once students reach senior schools, they can participate in signature learning programs. These programs can comprise of up to 30% of a student's time alongside core curriculum subjects such as English, math, social studies, and science. Mr. Speaker, today I'm pleased to present the next phase of our education reform plan, covering years 2025 to 2027, and to highlight key initiatives that support this ongoing transition. The next steps include opening 2 additional parish schools at the Harrington Sound and Elliott Primary School sites by adding year 7 students in 2025, phasing out middle schools, establishing a 3rd senior school at the Sands Secondary Middle School site, hosting signature learning programs in hospitality and tourism, as well as educational services, recruiting school transformation teams for the Somerset and St. George's Parish schools, and accelerating the development of a signature school for exceptionalities. Additionally, the previously announced closures of Prospect Primary School and Gilbert Institute at the end of the 2025 academic year are being mapped out, with discussions already underway to ensure a smooth transition for students, staff, and parents. Mr. Speaker, in September 2025, all primary schools will accept their usual P1 intake except for St. George's Prep and Somerset Primary, which will not enroll new P1 students. Rather than opting for immediate closures of these schools, we have chosen a phased approach to support a smoother, less disruptive transition to the parish primary school structure. Mr. Speaker, in September 2025, the parish schools in Smiths and Devonshire will open up at Harrington Sound and Elliott School primary sites respectively, and they will start with year 7 classes. Community engagement events have provided the public with opportunities to learn more about these plans. In October, school transformation teams from Harrington Sound and Elliott Primary shared the proposed features at critical locations within the public parishes, allowing residents to engage, ask questions, and provide feedback. These teams, made up out of committed teachers, parents, and community members, are responsible for designing and prototyping the features of their parish schools to meet their community's specific needs. I'm grateful to these members for their dedication to this transformative process. Mr. Speaker, Sands Secondary Middle School, Whitney Institute Middle School, and Delwood Middle School will continue to admit M1 students for now. Starting in September 2025, students who have completed M2 and M3 by June 2025 will transition directly to senior schools, where they'll begin their signature learning journey. Sands Secondary Middle School is unique amongst our transitioning institutions, as it is Bermuda's only middle school set to become a senior school. The Education Reform Unit, Department of Education, and Sands leadership have worked diligently to prepare teachers for this shift, ensuring that they have professional development to implement the new curriculum and program changes effectively. Over the summer, all Sands teaching staff participated in specialized training in the Cambridge curriculum, preparing them to deliver a senior level education. This upskilling will continue through the 24-25 school year. Mr. Speaker, I'm also pleased to report that ongoing professional development for our primary school teachers. During the October midterm break, teachers from Purvis, Francis Patton, Elliott, and Harrington Sound attended a session entitled Learner-Centered Curriculum Design and You, led by the ERU. This session strengthened teachers' understanding of a learning-centered design approach and high-impact instructional practices that will enhance student engagement in parish schools. These sessions bring together teachers from established and transitioning schools to foster collaboration, strengthen support networks, and promote consistent teaching standards across all parish schools. September 2025 marks the start of the 5-year senior school program, with Year 8 students from Warwick and Hamilton Parish Schools and M2 students from all middle schools beginning this new structure. At the same time, the final group of M3 students will enter senior school under the current 4-year model, marking them as the last intake for the 4-year program. Mr. Speaker, all Year 8, M2, and M3 students recently participated in the signature taster programs organized by the ERU. This program concluded with hands-on immersion events at Bermuda College, where students explored signature learning program strands offered at the Barclay Institute and Cedar Bridge Academy. Additionally, students attended open houses at each senior signature school, giving them an in-depth look at each school's unique offerings. Allow me to share some reflections from students on their open house experiences. A student from Purvis stated, and I quote, "I like that I was able to go to the different schools to see if we liked them or not." Student from Whitney Institute, "It's been a great time here at the Barclay Institute, looking at the things that they have. It made me look and experience different things that you could do at Barclay that you cannot do elsewhere." Francis Patton student stated, "I found the open houses very informative. I liked what was presented, and it made me excited to go to high school next year." And lastly, another Francis Patton student, "The open houses were fun. My chosen signature is STEM. It is at Cedar Bridge. I learned more about what I will do once I go there." These reflections highlight the excitement and inspiration that this program has sparked in our young people. Mr. Speaker, the government remains committed to inclusivity and equitable education for all students. In line with this commitment, we are accelerating the timeline for the establishment of the new signature school for exceptionalities to support students and families better and address the growing demand at Dame Marjorie Bean Hope Academy. Mr. Speaker, as we have learned over the last 4 years, a reform of this scale brings challenges and valuable lessons that continue to shape our decisions. We are moving away from, in some cases, decades-old entrenched practices. While I do not want anyone to automatically assume that this means what has been practiced during that time is wrong. Instead, we want to always work with our educators to improve what they already know, along with the introduction of some upgraded skill sets. Our goal of a more personalized education system for students from a one-size-fits-all system is not a task to be taken lightly. Recently, there's been much press about staffing shortages at certain signature schools in certain signature school subjects, staff discontent, communication issues, and other issues within our schools. As the minister, I take these complaints seriously and pledge to address them as they arise. With the significance of the reform we are undergoing, it is impossible to get everything 100% right. However, it is possible to have 100% effort in implementing the processes to address these issues. While we celebrate our achievements, we also recognize that the path is complex and full of obstacles. At times, we've needed to pivot and adjust our approach to align more closely with our community's demographics and cultural nuances. Recent experience have underscored the importance of thoughtfully adapting to ensure a meaningful and lasting change. Mr. Speaker, some of these problems have been developed over years due to custom and practice, and we are looking to implement long-term fixes that are not able to be put in place instantly in some cases. When we can address these issues immediately, we will do so as quickly as possible. We must maintain open communication channels with union partners, educators, parents, and students. Reform requires us to do the work of reforming while maintaining the continuity of the current system, and this is not a task that can be taken lightly. We will continue to work with our union partners, educators, parents, and students to identify problems, develop workable solutions, manage expectations, and most importantly, maintain a safe environment that is conducive to learning. In the coming weeks, the following are among various tweaks we are looking at as a result of the feedback we've been getting. We will be looking at how we communicate with parents and educators and explore new ways to ensure messages are effectively communicated. Reassess how the government's committee meetings are conducted. Continue to look at educator recruitment processes and how that can be improved. Perform an audit of all current S3 signature school students to identify any gaps in earned credits relating to signature programs. Mr. Speaker, as we progress through these reforms, the Ministry of Education is dedicated to maintaining open and transparent communication with all stakeholders. As stated, we will provide regular updates through revised means, in addition to the multiple current channels that include social media, newsletters, radio, and community engagements to ensure that families, educators, students, and the community members remain informed. The government website also includes FAQs on the 3-to-2-tier plan to address common concerns and clarify some changes ahead. By keeping communication channels accessible and consistent, we aim to foster trust and collaboration as we work together to enhance the educational landscape for Bermuda's children. Mr. Speaker, since our initial discussion of the 3-to-2-tier plan in April 2023, we've remained committed to a phased, deliberate approach, ensuring that each stage of reform is fully considered and attainable. Today's update covers the next 2 years as we continue on a path of steady progress, instilling confidence in families and communities about the readiness of our schools and steps taken to ensure smooth transitions. Our guiding philosophy has been and will remain a Bermuda-led process by Bermudians for Bermudians. Yet we recognize that education is inherently global, and our children's success depends on their preparedness for an interconnected world. While this reform effort is grounded in Bermuda's unique strengths and cultural values, we also draw on insights from global experts to enrich our approach. This international perspective helps us build a culturally responsive education system that prepares our students to think critically, act responsibly, and engage meaningfully on a global stage. Mr. Speaker, we invite everyone interested in Bermuda's educational future to step forward and join us, whether through school transformation teams or as active voices in our communities. There is room for all that wish to contribute. This is a shared responsibility, and we firmly believe that education is the business of every Bermudian. As we move forward, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our teachers, parents, student, and community members for their patience, trust, and dedication. Mr. Speaker, our commitment is clear. Listen actively, engage deeply with our community, and adapt as needed. Together, we will continue to overcome challenges, celebrate our achievements, and ensure every child in Bermuda receives a quality education. Reforming our education system for our children is not just a goal, it is our collective duty. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.